welcome back to Social Media Apps Programming Module 5. In these sessions, I would like to invite all the students in this classroom to share their experience on writing Swift programming language and designing their first BMI calculators running on iOS. So without further ado, let's welcome our students to present and share their experience for how to develop BMI calculators in Swift. Let's welcome Emily Lin. Thank you.
This is button function and string type. And this is my demo. 9 and 8. This is show your input number. And you add the file is shown this script. And this is my end result. And 14. And this is my multiply 9. Input 9 and multiply 5. And this is the result 45. This is my project.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Any questions or comments? Yeah. Would you please move to your first page? First page, the cover page. Yeah. And I would suggest that put your photos to your first cover. Yeah, for your first page. And because this is a series of homework assignments, and you have designed a calculator. But our homework assignment number 2 is BMI calculator, not calculator. But you design calculator is good though, but I suggest that try to make a similar BMI calculator as your Android BMI calculator. It's not calculator, it's BMI calculator, you know? Yeah, okay, so it's not a problem, but I suggest that make a try to design a BMI calculator. Yeah, this is almost the same, right? But you have some experience on design your on calculators. It's pretty good. Yeah. Yeah. What's your could you share our experience? Do you think by writing Swift is easy for develop this calculator? So do you think it's easy, or do you think it is not easy?
Not easy.
Why?
I
What is the difficult, challenging part? Could you please move to your code or your user interface design? What is the most difficult or challenging part? Is user interface design or the logic, the code, writing the code?
because it's code have a lot of function.
Yeah.
So very
Complicated. Do you think it's complicated or is too? Is easy or is not easy?
not easy.
Oh, yeah. But at least you completed your assignment. It's good.
I try everyone.
Oh, you try very hard, right?
Yes.
Okay, good, very good. But you have some experience, right? Okay, good, very good. Thank you. And compared to Android, do you think Swift is easier than an Android app?
I think Android app
It's easier. Okay, yeah. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Next will be Sylvia or Emily Chen. Which one? Sylvia. Okay, thank you. It's pretty good. Yeah, you have a good experience on developing both native apps, and you know what is the efforts you have to use. Yeah, good, very good.
Hi, my name is Sylvia. And this is content. The call view controller suite. See here.
Yeah, could you please make some introduction to your code?
Here is the button and calculator BNI. Here. And this here is the text.
Yeah.
Draw the text to here and can read the text and use the text calculate BNI. And then storyboard is like that.
Yeah.
And final here.
This is the data, right?
Yes.
Yes. Good. Very good.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, very good. Yeah. Could you please tell us what is the your experience? How do you feel about developing native apps in Swift? How do you feel?
It's more easier to enjoy student.
Yeah, Android Studio. So you think for developing an iOS app is easier, right? Okay, yeah. Could you please move to your code? Swift. Yep. So this is the whole code, right?
Yes.
It's simple and elegant. Do you think? And it's easy to read, right?
Yes.
Because for the view controller is the most important thing, right? We have introduced you the model view controller, right? And this is view controller for writing your business logic or behavior control, right? And you have already designed, there are 3 components. One is IB outlets, is text field, right? You have 2 text field for the users to enter in their height and weight, right? And you have 1 label, meaning that showing the result, right? So it is pretty easy to read, right? So it's Swift programming language is easy to read, and also for IB actions, meaning that you design your logic. So there are almost 4 lines of code, right? So this declare a height, right, for converting to double, and then to calculate the BMI. So it is pretty easy, right? Good, very good. And the final thing, and then final suggestion is that could you please move to the last page? Yep, the last page, the demo side. Yep, the demo. Next. Yeah, that is because you are new to Swift programming language, right? This is your first Swift application, right? It's full function, and the final need to improve is you use the digital to decimal. Oh, so it is easy. It is a function. It is a format converted. So it is perfect. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, Sylvia, to share your experience on developing your BMI calculator with Swift in iOS. Thank you. You did an excellent job. Thank you. Let's give Sylvia a round of applause. Okay, good. Next. Okay, very good. Thank you. Any questions or comments from the audience? Yeah, Emily, do you have any comments, or how do you feel about this presentation or this homework assignment presented by Emily Chen? Very good, right? So you really love her presentation, right? Yeah. And how about Sylvia? Perfect. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. My comment for Emily Chen for her second homework assignment is, wow, it's impressive. It's impressive presentation, because I found that Emily Chen, she worked very hard on making this homework, and she really did an excellent job. For example, my first impression for her homework is that he really take a greater details of how to make a good introduction of making these apps. Especially, she take care of every details and with a good user interface. So I think this is almost a complete tiny application, and I would suggest that you can pack this BMI calculator, for example, Emily BMI calculators, and submit it to Google Play. Not Google Play, it's Apple's App Stores. So this is your design BMI calculator, and I think you can put your names over there, and presentation and some logic, and I think it's very good for your final presentation. But I have one because this is the Chinese one, and you already converted into English one, right?
This is a picture from Google.
This is the picture from Google.
That picture is from Google.
Oh yeah, and you can. Oh, this is from Google.
This is not mine.
Oh yeah, I suppose that you designed this. So it's okay. From the examples, from taking the examples, and you can make some modification, and then you will a good example. For example, this is not an English one. This is an example from this URL, right? Okay, I think it's good. And also you have some put the images, right? So where you collect these images? You draw it. Wow. What tools you are using? What Illustrator to draw this one?
These are two pictures I just combined it.
Oh yeah. Okay, good. Very good. Your design is pretty good. Yeah. Thank you. And could you tell us what your insights or how do you feel for designing an iOS app?
I think it's much easier than
Oh, it's easier than Android, right? So you have some experience by using XCode before, right? Yeah, you have some experience, and you compare Android Studio and XCode. You think XCode is easier, right? Okay, good, very good. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you so much, and let's give Emily a round of applause. Okay. Oh, I have one minor suggestion that for the column, please use space. There is a space after the sign, like this, and put your names, not your name, your title. For example, this is homework assignment is iOS BMI calculators. Put that information to the front page. It will be good. Okay. And I really appreciate all the students in this classroom. You really did a good job for completing your native app developments. So you know what is the efforts you have to make to designing native apps for Android and iPhone. Suppose you would like to run on these two platforms, you have to use different skill, Java skill, or you have to use Swift skill to write these two running apps on two platforms. The next questions will be, suppose your department or your company would like you to develop the third platforms, your apps running on third platform, on the web. You have to use Java, right, once. Swift for iOS the second, and use JavaScript to run the web app. So the homework assignment number 3 is writing a BMI calculators running on cross-platform, meaning that running on website, running on Android, and running on iOS. This is homework assignment number 3. Number 3 is the same as your Android or iOS. It's all about BMI calculator. But the most important thing, you have to develop a cross-platform BMI calculator, especially it can run on web. you can use web technologies to design your BMI calculator by using HTML5, CSS3, and JavaScript. So it is clear for homework assignment number 3, and share your experience next week. Okay, so this is homework assignment number 3, almost the same as 1, 2, 3. The major purpose for this homework assignment 1, 2, and 3, that is, I would like to give you some experience. Suppose you are a PM, you are project managers, you know what's the efforts it will be to design a three applications for the same functions. What is the efforts? What is the time? And what is the cost for developing an apps running on 3 paradigms? And what is your final decisions? Suppose you are PM. Suppose you are a boss. What's your decision? Are you hiring 3 teams to designing 3 apps for running on these 3 paradigms, this platform, or writing once, running multiple platform? What is your final decision? So that is give you some experience and give you some exercise. Just experience that. Okay. So next, let's move to. Oh, sorry. I cannot move too fast. Otherwise, it will report error. Let's jump into the topics we have already introduced. Right? So here is the web technologies. Homework assignment number 3 is BMI calculator, right? And you can assign your text here, your label here, your button here, from your body, and write your business logic. For example, BMI calculator. Calculate the BMI by calculating the weight and the height by using JavaScript. So this is the HTML, index.html, right? And let me tell you, the second is make your user interface beauty and good looking is CSS3. This is a cascading style sheet. CSS is a simple mechanism for adding styles. For example, fonts, color, spacing, images, icons to web documents. For example, this is a selector. Selectors meaning that this is the styles selector. For example, this is style is a cascading style sheet. CSS styles is a HTML tag styles, and this is selector. For example, body, and it's a parenthesis or a curly braces. This is open curly braces, and with the closing curly braces, background color yellow, meaning that the background is yellow, and the H1 color is green. Paragraph P tab color is red, and the div element is blue. And font size is 18 pixels. So this is your CSS. So CSS is like this, and you can save this CSS as a separate text file, set as .css. It's a pure text with this tag, HTML tag, and with selectors is the attributes. So this is CSS, and CSS is the latest standard for CS. CSS3 is completely backwards compatible with earlier version of CSS. For example, CSS2 or CSS1, and as you can see, this is the structures of CSS. So now you know this is selector. What is selectors? Selectors meaning that associate with the HTML tag. HTML tag, for example, there is H1 or there is a div element or a key element, that is selectors for H1. And this is the declaration is like key values. What is key? Key is property. Value is value. For the declaration under the curly braces, there's a color, column, blue, and semicolon, and another property. For example, you specify the color is blue. You specify the font size is 12 pixels. So this is property and values. So this is selectors. Please notice here, selectors plays a very important role in modern web app design pattern. Most of the time, we specify the selectors and change their user behavior on our web design. And what you can do is declare the CSS. For example, here is the link, rel, style sheet, and its type equals text CSS, and href equals my style one.css is for your my css1.css. So this CSS files is relatively outside resources. And here is the CSS is a pure text. So now you know CSS meaning that specify the color, the font size. This is almost screen or the user interface or view. Next, the final part, I will talk about the most important technologies called JavaScript, JS. So you know a lot of .js. JavaScript is a scripting language. A scripting language is lightweight programming language. And JavaScript is programming code that can be inserted into HTML pages. You can separate JavaScript as a separate .js files, or you can integrate the JavaScript into HTML pages. And JavaScript code can be executable by all modern web browsers. And JavaScript is so easy to learn. Let's say, for example, here is the JavaScript with this declaration. Script language equals JavaScript, and the function is, for example, say hello or calculate BMI. It's a function, right? And this is curly braces under within curly braces is writing your business logic or writing your code here, and you can declare your variables. For example, here is a variable. Declare your variable var string name input equals this is a document that get element by ID. This is the ID. For example, txt name input that values get the values. For example, I input my day. This is variables name input, and this is output. Hello, my friend, plus the input, and this is a document that get element by ID. Div output meaning that there is a div elements, and the ID is div output, and the inner text is output, string output, like here. So this is the JavaScript. As you can see, it's very easy to read and very easy to write under script language JavaScript. So always write JavaScript for your final project, right? So this JavaScript can change HTML content. What is change HTML content is by using document.getElement by ID demo inner HTML. Hello JavaScript. So JavaScript, please take a look at good resources you can read. I have one question. Have you ever learned JavaScript before? JavaScript? Like this? This is JavaScript code. Have you ever write this or like this? JavaScript code is not Java. Have you ever write this HTML? Emily Chen? Have any? How about you? And how about you read like this code? Do you think it's easy on page 55? Do you think it's easy for read? Easy to understand? It's easy for you? How about Emily? Can you read it? Yes, it's easy, right? So just imagine your homework assignment number 3 is be my calculator, right? So you can declare your input, for example, string high, and your string and weight, and this output is your BMI calculator, your BMI value. And write in your code that this is a functions, BMI calculator, parenthesis. This is your function. Look like this, and it's almost 3 lines of code or 4 lines of code. It's your BMI calculator. So this, and you can learn a lot of fundamental parts by using w3schools.com, and I highly recommend you to take a look of this website. It is a good resource. Please click the links under page 56. This is a great resource for learning or exercising web technologies from W3 schools. There are a lot of resources, especially for example, you're learning Python, you're learning your JavaScript or HTML5 or HTML5CSS. You can get a lot of examples. For example, here, you can try your own. For example, you can run like this, and you can click here. So this is a website. From here, this is w3school.com, right? And there are a lot of examples. Learning by doing from examples, from a bunch of examples from W3 schools. And here is, for example, you can change HTML attribute values. For example, you can click, try yourself, and you can see, you can just run it, and you can turn on the light, turn off the light, turn on the light. The source code here is look like this. What you can do is just copy and paste from these examples, a lot of examples, and modify it to fit your application. So learn a lot of examples. Learning by doing from examples, and you can see what is this effect. And what you can do is change the pictures like this, and change some informations and integrate to your applications. So what you can do is just copy and paste, and modify it, and change it, and integrate it to your project. So take a look of this examples. Or this is example, and you can find some, for example, numbers. So this is examples, and you can always try yourself from this good tutorial website, W3 School. And also, if you like to learn Python, and this is a good examples. For example, if you like to learn what is list or what is for loop, for example, this is a for loop, and you can run your examples and like this, right? So this is the examples from here, right? Now you know there is a good resource called w3schools.com to learn your web technology, JavaScript, CSS, and HTML5, right? And learning by doing from the examples, good examples from W3 And for example, this is the writing into an output. For example, here is a document.write. It's a JavaScript. Documents meaning the HTML documents, and there is a function called write. Here is the writing a header H1. This is a heading, and this document write. This is a paragraph, a P elements, and you can change the HTML code, change the content. So this content is written from JavaScript, so writing into HTML as our output. And this is also reacting to events. For example, there is a button tag equals button. This is from the HTML code. And there is a alert, on-click alert. Alert is a function. It's a pop-up alert, welcome. And you can also change the HTML content. For example, X equals document get element by ID is a demo, and you can change the X, the demo's inner HTML into hello JavaScript. So just notice that JavaScript every line like Java end with semicolon. So it's important to notice that almost end with every line, end with semicolon. So here is a hello JavaScript. This is demo, right? And click here is a inner HTML is JavaScript. So you can see these are examples from JS intro.asp. And this is hello if. For example, this is another example. This is if, for example, this is try it, file name that try it, else if. From this example, you can find this is your functions, these greetings, right? And you can get the system daytime, the time. For example, new days get hours, times, and if times smaller than 10, greetings is good morning, is smaller than 20. For example, it's 8 p.m. good day, and this morning is 10 a.m. and else is good evening. So this is if, else, if, and else with this characteristics. So this is your writing your script, your JavaScript, and this is the final part. So this one is a hello if. So we have already introduced you what is HTML, what is CSS, and what is JavaScript, and how to write your JavaScript within HTML. And let's take a look at what tools you can use to write in your JavaScript or HTML or CSS. You can find some useful HTML5 editors. For example, you can use Makita.org. Makita is a visual authoring of HTML5 user interface in the browser. So this is Makita's, and you can see it's good user interface, it's running on browser, and you can write your HTML code from Makita in the cloud and on browser. And this is another, what you see is what you get editors. It's Aloha editor. Have you ever used Aloha editors? It's Aloha editors is what you see, is what you get, meaning that when you see a pictures, or when you see a button, when you see a text, input text, you can drag and drop all the components of your HTML code. And by using the world's most advanced browser HTML5, what you see is what you get editors, and lets you experience a whole new way of editing. It's faster, and you don't worry about a lot of code. Just you see editors for what you see is what you get, HTML5 editors. And this is a Proofing. It's also a good open source tools. You can download it on both cross-platform. And this is the online editor. It's jsv.com. It's I think you can write almost HTML code from JSV as your testbed. It's a good testbed. And run your results here. And then just copy and paste the code to the text files and set as the HTML or .js or .css. So you can write your code, run on the browsers, and then copy to your Ultra editors or your Sublime Text or your editors, text editors. So here, and you can also use Aptana Studio. Aptana Studio is also a powerful editing tools. It's available on, for example, it's running especially good for Mac OS, and it's a core and complete environment to extend capability for build Ruby on Rails, PHP, or Python application, along with complete HTML, CSS, and JavaScript editors. And this also is a text edit like this. And for example, this is your HTML code, and you can run it on Hello World here. And I highly recommend you to use Sublime Text throughout this semesters for writing your final projects. Sublime Text is good for cross-platform. Have you ever used Sublime Text before? Sublime Text? Please download Sublime Text. No, right? Have you ever used Sublime Text? Please download today and install it, and you'll find it. Wow, it's a good text editor. It's available in a Mac or Windows. Just use Sublime Text. It's good for writing your HTML, CSS, JavaScript, as well as your Python programming code by using Sublime Text. Sublime Text is highly recommended. You can use. If you're using Windows, you can use Notepad++ as well. But I highly recommend it. You use cross-platform is Sublime Text. Not because Mac you cannot use Notepad++, right? So this, and you can also Codica. Codica is also a drag and drop builder for mobile applications. It's Codica. Codica, what you see is what you get. So you can just drag at all the components and you get the HTML code or CSS code or JavaScript code. So just drag and drop. Codica is a powerful drag and drop builder for creating cross-platform HTML5 mobile apps and website. It's simple, easy to use, and so useful, right? So this is the Codica drag and drop. This is a demos. This, suppose you need a button, just drag and drop to the user to your screen. You need a bar or your page footer, just drag and drop. You can find the results. And also you need HTML5 mobile apps simulators online. For example, this is report emulators, and this is online browser simulators, iPad pick.coms or Opera or Opera mobile emulators here. And also iPhone 5 or iPhone 6, iPhone 7, iPhone 8 simulators or advertise.io. This is a good demo, so you can just run your HTML code to these simulators. So here is the XCode iPhone simulators like this. So it looks like your phone. Right? For example, this is the brandnew.com with these simulators look like this. So this is another examples by writing these apps. So let's have a live demos building mobile apps with HTML5, CSS, and JavaScript by using jsb.com. Please go to your hello world. Yep. The final result will be like this. For example, this is a yellow background, right? This is here, and let me introduce you. You have the background and input your name and press me. If it appears, it will display a hello, my friend input, right? So this is your index.html code. And there are three important components here. First is style. Style meaning that your CSS writing here, styles. Here is a second important component called JavaScript, script under here. And other is your components. And then button ID, btn click, unclick, say hello. You write your JavaScript code here, say hello. And this is the online editors, jsb.com. And we can also try jQuery mobile online. And writing your code here. For the fundamental part is HTML5, right? And most important thing is here is there is an ID called btn click 1, and there is also a div element called ID div output here, and you can add an event called onClick equals say hello. Say hello, you will be using a JavaScript to write a hello behavior. And if you like to display your HTML code to cross-platform with different scale, please add this meta names equals viewports and contents with equals device width and initial scale equals 1 to head tag. So your screen is scalable and your information will scale with the important information. And this is the HTML5 code. Here is the CSS3 code. This is JavaScript code. And combining CSS3 and JavaScript and HTML code into a file. So that is your hello world applications with this single page. So for your homework assignment is BMI calculator, right? What you can do is you can just modify from the examples and change some information here. And then this is the result, index, HTML, this CSS3, then this, and then this is JavaScript. So in summary, we have introduced you how to develop your first mobile apps by using HTML5, CSS3. As you can see, you know what is JavaScript, you know what is CSS, and you know what is HTML5. So please make your first BMI calculators in HTML5, CSS, and JavaScript, and share your experience. Next week. I look forward to hearing your good experience next week. So let's complete today's topics. So any questions? Okay, if there is no further questions, I look forward to see you next week. Thank you.